spots today. I know everybody's going live right now. I just wanted to hop on and show some new spots. See if you can see through the rain. This is Southwest Atlanta. A lot of the artists, etc., in the warehouse districts in Atlanta, when they became too expensive, came down here. So it's a nice little mix of things. And some flooding. Awesome. Should not have come down this road. It's been raining a little. I need new windshield wipers. So how is everyone this fine Saturday morning? I'm wet. I got stuck out in the rain. So I had my second shower today. Up here, you're going to see, it's not a smokestack. It looks like a smokestack. I can't remember what it was. Lighthouse, whatever. Lighthouse without, well, I would say without water, but it looks like there's water right now. There are actually apartments in there, and there's a whole warehouse district there. A friend of mine used to live there a long time ago, and they're really cool. They still look like warehouses, but they were converted into artist spaces and lofts and all that. And the grassy area, which I'll point out when I come down here, had goats or sheep. I can't remember now. Sheep, I think, or goats. Maybe it was goats. Sheep. No, it was sheep. And this green thing here might not have apartments in it anymore. It used to. And these warehouses behind it. And then you see this grassy area right here where there's like a behind that black fence. There used to be sheep in there. And I had a border collie. My friend lived right back there on the, up along where the sheep were. And I used to bring my border collie over here to see my friend. And she would come up to, she'd never been introduced to it before. She would come up to the fence and she would herd the sheep back and forth. And they would listen to her. And she just walked back and forth and moved the sheep back and forth, just, I guess, because she could. And I had never introduced her or taught her to do sheep. It's just the wonders of border collies and dogs and what they're bred to do and what they just know to do by instinct. She had no interest. A lot of border collies are frisbee dogs and like to chase the tennis ball and all that stuff. She had zero interest in any of that. But she just automatically took to herding. I kind of like this part of town. Like the warehouse districts and all that stuff. It's just Francisco, Carol, good morning. I didn't expect anybody to come. I think Tim is still streaming probably. I was just streaming for everybody to watch later. I used to deliver a lot down here too. It's not as, I want to say, crime-free as it used to be. Most of Atlanta is not as crime-free as it used to be. They were actually doing a news blurb on the news this morning about how a lot of people are just afraid to go outside of their house now, and they don't want, people shouldn't be afraid to go outside, and if they are, they need to, they can talk to somebody and giving them resources and stuff. I delivered into that complex right there, that building on the left, a long time ago. There's a restaurant right here on the left that I picked up at a couple times. I don't know if it's still there, but I eventually decided I wasn't going to pick up there anymore because there was a lot of riffraff in there. And not too long after that, they had a shooting in the parking lot. And well, it was a while after that, but driver's license place on the right here. And that's downtown Atlanta, straight up ahead. As y'all know, if I'm driving, I can't read chat. I apologize. And if you can see the fog and the haze, there's a MARTA train. Monorail shot. Okay, go, 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 go. Green is light. Light is green. This on the left was you can't see it anymore. City jail. The courthouse is on the other side of it. This is a part of Atlanta I don't go to very often anymore. And I was amazed because I think it had been 2 years since I drove down this road, and it has changed so much. It's very bouncy here. I should be in the left lane, but I don't want to be. Actually, I'm going to have to be in the left lane eventually anyway. I'm going to as well get over there now. You're not going, I don't think you're going to get a good sighting of the Capitol building from here. You'll see it. If we're coming the other way, you can see it, but I think all the buildings are in the way this way. Hello, D. Welcome in. I'll let him know that you followed me over. I didn't realize that any of y'all had followed me over here. That's awesome. I love it when I can get two different groups together and widen everybody's network. Carol, if you can find the link or the channel, or one of you mods, I think Carol, you're the only one in here right now, for it's POV HFR, point of view high frame rate is what it stands for. If you can find his channel and you want to link it here, he's been doing some walking around in downtown Atlanta, and we're going to start doing some stuff together soon. We have plans. We don't have any solid plans. We have penciled in plans. But he does a lot of 4K stuff. He's been doing 4K stuff lately, and it's really nice. And I'm going to take you guys for a ride. Hold on, you might get dizzy. That brown building over there, the short, fat one, is Grady Hospital. You guys can't see through the rain. And then you kind of see the Coca-Cola sign, and we're about to go over top of the... I'm not going to be able to show you because it's raining. Cooey. Okay. Thank you, Carol. Appreciate it. We're about to go over the downtown connector. And the places that POV HFR was, we're just going to call him POV for short, that he was walking around are just to our left. Maybe half a mile to our left, if that. But they've been building up this corridor a lot, and it's changed so much since the blip happened. I think during the blip is when it changed, because I used to run around here all the time, and then during the blip I stayed home. And then I came back out a few months ago. I started driving around town again. And probably more than a few months, but and this stretch of road had completely changed. Like, some of these apartments were here, but some of them were not. I'm hungry. Okay, so there's a little restaurant too. I'm taking you guys for a ride again. I'm just gonna put this thing down. There's Daddy's Barbecue. You can't see it through the trees over there. There's a little bit of blue. You can kind of see the mural. There's a little restaurant there called Nick's Gyros. And it is pronounced gyro, not gyro or gyro. I worked in a Greek deli, and that was very, very much instilled in me that if we pronounced it incorrectly, we were fired on the spot. It's gyro. But kind of a side note, it was funny when They built a nice little dog park behind this barbecue joint too. It's been there. That barbecue joint and that Nick's Cietos has been here before any of this got built up. But I used to call in orders for Postmates, or is it Das Barbecue? This is kind of new. I think it might be this one. Yeah, it's this one. It's got the dog park. Yeah. So I used to call in food orders for Postmates back when they had work from home people. To the left is oh my gosh, we're in Grant Park, Oakland Cemetery. Very, very famous cemetery. And we're going to actually do a tour in there one day, maybe over around Halloween. Actually, we will go there around Halloween because they do a pretty cool Halloween thing. Anyway, and I would call in Greek delis. All this stuff on the right is new. That was not here before. I used to call in food for Greek delis, and I would call into Greek restaurants, and they'd be amazed that I could pronounce anything because most of the people that called couldn't pronounce anything. This building was here. It's been here for a while. It's still relatively new. It's probably been here about 10 years. That is supposed to be that red building is supposed to be the best authentic Mexican restaurant in the city. I have not been there yet. But they make their tortillas in-house and everything. We are driving parallel to I-20. We are at Boulevard to the right. If we go to the right, like a quarter mile is I-20. It's like right there. Sorry about all the rain, you guys. I just straightened out the phone. I don't think it was the phone that's crooked. I think I'm sitting crooked. We're about to get into a bunch of interesting stuff. That's all this down here is new. Almost all of it. Not all of it. This was a gas station on my right, and then it was a check cashing place, and it sat empty for a really long time. Now it is Peachtree Wellness. I'm definitely hungry. I may have to get my fig bar out. We have to be in this lane because that one ends. I don't know, that guy's like driving all over the place in my lane. Yeah, most of this down here is new. Ay, ay, ay. They were starting to build this stuff on the right when I was down here running around before. They kept the old sign or redid it. I don't know. It looks like they kept the old building right here, but most of it they tore down and rebuilt. And that is all new. The condos on the left are an interesting story. They were like the only condos here. That one and the ones across the street from them, the pencil factory. A famous person lives, or not pencil factory, A&P Lofts. A famous person lives in there that I've delivered to that I'm not going to tell you who it is because I don't know if they still live there or not. But these condos on the left, they were like the only thing here, and they're really nice, and they're glass like all the way through. You don't have a back wall. It's glass from front to back. And I don't know what happened. They couldn't sell them. The developer went bankrupt. I don't know. But they ended up auctioning them off, and people bought those condos and they're nice condos for like $2,000 at auction. It was crazy. And then shortly after that, the rest of the revitalization in the area started happening. But I think that was around when the real estate market had all its issues in mid to late 2000s. because they were pretty new. That happened around 2009, 2010 when they got auctioned off because I was delivering to them at the time. And those metal buildings here on the left, those were here, but none of this stuff was here before. Homegrown Restaurant on the left right here is a very popular restaurant. They have a garden in the back where they grow their own stuff. Oh, there's a Publix in here. I don't want to go to Publix now. I'm hungry. Lots of famous people eat there too. Clint Eastwood, whenever he's in town, he goes there. They've got lots of pictures on their Facebook and Instagram of people that come in and eat. They are known for the Big Comfy. Good morning, Mike. And good morning to Diane as well, if she is there. We are on Memorial Drive in Atlanta. Bebopping along. We went from the southwest end and did I cross Moreland? I think. Oh, as soon as I cross Moreland up here, we'll be on the southeast end. But we were in the far southwest end of Atlanta. The actual street numbering does not match where the city of Atlanta is. It's kind of weird that way. Oops, I don't want to go over there. I forgot to change this road. And now we are in DeKalb County. And we are on the east side of Atlanta. And actually, in some places Moreland Avenue, in some places Peachtree. It's just weird. Hosea Williams on this side, which is the street just to our left, marks the north-south demarcation for addressing. Even though it's not really north-south, it's not north really at all. But the actual city limits of Atlanta are very small for such a big city. I hear sirens. We don't have much further to go. When we get down to where it goes into 2-lane, I'm going to stop the stream. I don't know that I will pull over to check chat or if I'll just stop the stream. It depends on what's happening when we get down there. I don't think there's really anywhere to pull over there. I think I'll just stop the stream. Oh, they put a Planet Fitness in there. I am soaked. I got caught in the rain. There's a lot of good little hole-in-the-wall restaurants around here. You too, Mike. We got a little bit. We got another mile or so. But it's an Atlanta mile, so we're talking about stoplights and traffic. There's a little yellow shack to the left that you may have saw when we pulled up that's supposed to have a lot of good wings and barbecue. East Atlanta Village is back there to the right, which is a very kitschy place to go. Eclectic, not kitschy. The area is like little 5 Points in East Atlanta. Atlanta in general is just changing. It's not, it's kind of either upper class or no, not no class, but you know what I mean. It's kind of like the haves and the haves not, and not that much middle anymore. Those are noisy. They're putting a Lido grocery store in there. There used to be a Pizza Hut there. Standalone Pizza Hut and some other stuff. And they tore it all down and built that. Now, see, where we're at now, a lot of these streets will take you different places. Like if you go to the left up here, you know those Edwards pies? They make those up here, and they smell so good sometimes driving through there, especially if they burn something. And Kirkwood is up. If you turn left here, you can go up into Kirkwood. Those colored townhouses are new. I don't know if I'd want to live in a metal house here. I think they're metal. I can't really tell. These are new. All this new stuff within the last couple years. And this used to be, believe it or not, 2 lanes in each direction. And for traffic calming purposes, they did this because the lanes were really skinny and people would fly up and down and do crazy stuff. Actually, I haven't gotten stuck in it in rush hour yet, but it actually seems like true rush hour, but it actually seems to work pretty good this way. And these townhouses on the left are relatively new. I've delivered in there, so they're not new. As you can tell, some of them are a little dirty looking, but they're relatively new. You turn right here, you take you over to East Lake Golf Course. If any of you follow golf, they do the PGA. Is it PBA? PGA. That's it. PGA has a golf tour thing there. It's a private golf club. It's a big golf tournament. It's either the last golf tournament. Yeah, I think it's the last golf tournament of the year. And the place over there, my coffee shop, has the best breakfast. It's in that little shopping center to the left. A few years ago, up here on the right, just past this white building, they had a big underground gas main fire. So we, of course, were making jokes about Atlanta burning again. I think there was an insurance company in that yellow house, or there was a house here that's not there anymore. Yeah, that where that brown fence, I think that house is gone, the house that got burnt. But there was gas flames coming up from the manholes and everything. I know the people that live here are happy this is 2-lane now. It'll be easier to get in and out of their houses. The house up here on the right, it's got a big old RV right here. But I never see the RV anywhere. It's always at the house. I mean, I never see it not at the house. I wouldn't know if it was that RV if I saw it somewhere else. We are at the point where we break into 4 lanes. So I'm going to go ahead and go. And I will see you guys soon. And I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Stay out of trouble.